Long time. Happy New Year. Happy February. It is a beautiful day on this earth. Went to the Mint, Utah Mint window cleaning. Had an in-person event this weekend. I didn't vlog it. Apologies. I didn't want to be that guy. There was a lot going on. I don't know. Didn't feel right to have a camera in everyone's face and just have a camera going around. I really wanted to be present, soak in the moment, because there's a lot that I want to talk about from the weekend, because it was truly, I want to say truly life-changing, but it was exactly what I needed. And so let's get into the day. We got a lot on the agenda. We got hitting the gym right now, going to a meeting with the sales guys that are here. Gonna go do an in-person quote, bang some doors with the guys. Got to meet up with a few of my cleaners. We got a lot on the plate today. Got a lot to go over too. Lots to talk about. Last month within the business. Talk about the weekend with Mint. So let's get into it. Let's freaking go. It's not that cold. Yesterday, freezing out in Florida. The feel like was in the teens. It's like 30 degrees. Happy it's warmed up. Now it's like in the 50s. I like a little cold in the winter time, but not anything below 50 is where I kind of have to draw the line. So not a fan of that. Happy it's good now. It's supposed to warm back up, get back into the 60s, 70s. That's why I live out in Florida. But no complaints. Definitely no complaints. It was actually colder when I got back to Florida than it was in Utah. Utah was cold, but I mean, when the wind hits you, wow, that is different. All right, well, the gym drive is like 3 minutes because I joined the gym right down the street from me. Canceled lifetime membership. Don't need that shit anymore. Let's got a few minutes. Could dive a little bit into the weekend. You know what? That's kind of a longer conversation. So longer in depth, because I want to talk a lot about that. Basically everything I learned condensed, so you guys who watch these YouTube videos for value can get a ton of value from that. Because at this point we are not much of an entertainer. We are more of an educator, giving you guys information, knowledge, insight into what's going on. I don't think many people watch these for entertainment, but if you do, kind of weird. So a little insight into last month within H2O Bros. Pulled up the stats last night. We did 53,407, which is literally like almost on the dot of what we did the month before. So another 50K plus month, which is incredible. Seemingly that from like June to November last year, we were stuck at like 20 for numerous reasons. But yeah, and so doing back-to-back 50K months is great, and it feels repeatable. It feels like we can just do it again, and if not, do more. Systems are in place, right? Now it's just about fine-tuning the things that we've been doing and making them a little better, increasing conversion on the sales side. Have a few door-to-door guys out, so looking bright, looking hopefully to get to that goal of Q1 of 6 technicians. We don't have a 6 tech. Didn't work out with the first guy we hired. Also, couple door-to-door. The door-to-door guys that were here, we have 2 of them. I wasn't able to train them, so they haven't been selling a ton. So it's lined up to where 5 techs is kind of what we can handle right now. Maybe if the door-to-door guys, I think we got 2 guys that just showed up last night, so maybe we'll hire another guy, but not sure. Might keep it for 5, maybe hold off on that 6 techs until middle of February. But anyways, so stats, 53,000 revenue service last month. That is cool. Not proud of it. This is what I'm proud of. 33 5-star reviews, 4 go backs, and we added like 38,000 in ARR. That not really proud of. We can do way better on adding that. We should be adding at least more than 6 figures a month in ARR. The 5-star reviews and the go backs. I mean, to put it into comparison, before like December of last year, I mean, I don't think we were getting a 5-star reviews was almost like luck. We didn't even really send it to anyone. We would send it as like a link in our CRM. and maybe people would use it, leave us a 5-star review. Probably not, like horrible. And then go backs. I mean, we had 4 last month. I mean, typically I think we would have like 4 in a week would be pretty standard, let alone sometimes, 4 in a day. I feel like is our peak at some point. It was bad. So those things, obviously implementing what we did earlier in November, letting go of our service manager, me jumping in there with the guys, having a full like kind of process of how we hire now with terms of setting expectations, tracking KPIs, giving them things to hit to where they're incentivized by making more money, growing in their position. So all those sorts of things have without a doubt been the difference. And it's just cool to see. It's cool to see the changes in the changes you make in the business, then you get paid for in terms of the revenue you do. It's kind of what it is. And I'm sure as you scale more, the delayed result is just longer. So it's like the bigger you get in business, the more changes you make, the longer it takes for them to kick in, versus this was like everything else was working, just wasn't working on the service tech side of things. So we made some tweaks, changes in that, and then boom, it was like an overnight fix. Also, like I was talking to my operator about this. It was like the changes we made, while also the recurring customers of the work we had been putting in earlier last year, and then also busy season in Florida, meaning it's like it's mostly always busy, but still like November to April is kind of like when people get the windows cleaned the most. So it's like all those factors kind of aligned at the perfect time. So yeah, January, another great month. Talked about this on my story last night. I'll just say this real quick and then go hit a banger gym sesh. The 250K months we've done last month in January, the month before in December, were genuinely feel better. Like I feel just better about than the 100K months we did earlier last year. Like last month was the biggest month we ever did in business of 120,000. And it was all one-time cleans. It was all from door to door. We had like 10, 15 reps out here for the month of January. February we did just around 100, and then March we did about the same as well. So 3 months back to back 6-figure months. And I can tell you these 250K months were more impressive. I guess it depends on what way you look at it. Both were difficult, but this feels better in the sense that it feels more repeatable. So I'm like, okay, cool. We did this. Now next month, if we make a little adjustment, it's like we keep doing what we've been doing, but we just make a little adjustment. And then hopefully we get more. Versus the 6-figure months, it was like, it was complete hunt mode and grind mode for these sales reps and expense mode. Had to search for them on my social media, run a ton of interviews, get guys out, get them out. Had to book house, book rental cars, expensive, pay decent commissions, pay for dinners, pay for all those sort of things. And then when they were out here, it required a lot of micromanaging, right? It was me doing trainings Monday through Saturday with the guys every single morning. It was, sometimes going out and knocking with them. It was me going out and knocking and showing the team what's possible sometimes when I could. So it was a lot of that. It was like time, money, energy, all those sorts of things. It was just like a lot. And when it's a lot like that, and it's just hitting you from all sides, usually a good sign it's not sustainable. Like I'd rather find the slow and sustainable route than the quick route that you can only last for a few months or a year and then you're cooked again. All right. I didn't vlog it all today. God, I need like a full-time filmer that'll just follow me around with a camera, because I'm so bad at multitasking, and I'm like being on my phone, responding to notifications, training the new guy, we're knocking, so I'm trying to get deals. And then I gotta think about vlogging. It's just like I apologize, because today was a great day for content and I didn't film any of it. But to fill you in, we took a sales guy out, David. David's cool. Get along with David really well. David, if you're watching this, said he'd watch my vlogs. You're the man. I really enjoyed my time with you, David. So yeah, took David. We went to in-person quote. Had this lady that was, oh man, it was scary. She was like short hair, like kind of an athlete, like pretty jacked, could probably beat me up. And apparently my sales guy told her we'd come out and clean a window for free because she wanted to see our service before she committed to a quote. And I showed up, and yeah, I don't clean windows, so first disappointed her there. And then I also told her, I'm like, yeah, we don't really do that where we would just clean a window for free. But yeah, and then she was pissed. She's like, what? Someone told me. So I just had to like stay calm, cool and collected, and just tell her, I'm like, no, I want to get it done for you. And she kind of sold me too, because she was like, I have multiple properties. Like, if you can do a good job, like, I'll definitely refer you. And I was like, okay, cool. So we're gonna go do our window for free tomorrow, and it's gonna be worth it. So stayed calm, cool, and collected with her, and told her we'll come out and we'll do a window for free tomorrow. Send my best technician. Built a ton of rapport with her. She has a massive house. It's gonna be a massive contract. Like, I wouldn't do this if it wasn't gonna be a massive contract and she didn't have a ton of other properties for us. Just would kind of waste our technician's time. So that's how we started. And then we were in a neighborhood that was really juicy, so we knocked in it, and we weren't getting anything for like an hour and a half, maybe almost 2 hours. Weren't getting anything. Just getting a lot of property managers because we were knocking these mansions, and yeah, it just wasn't happening. But it was good for David to see, because I always tell him, door to door is all about what you're doing when you're not selling. Like, when you're selling, it's fun, it's easy, you're making money. Everyone would do it if it was like that. But door to door is all about the game of when you're not selling, right? When you're having those days, you're walking, you're not having a lot of conversations, people are being mean, you're talking to renters, you're talking to property managers. You get down mentally quickly in door to door when you're not selling. I'm not going to say I'm the best at it, but that is my strength. Like, that is where I will beat anyone in door to door. 100% guaranteed. If we go door to door, there's probably a lot of guys out there that can beat me. I promise you, you get me on the doors and it's last man standing, right? I will destroy anyone. Freaking sunrise to sunset. I don't care if it's 2 a.m. I will destroy anyone. That's my strength in door to door. I can outlast anyone mentally. So yeah, it was cool to see. Like, I was just staying positive, and I kept saying, it was funny. It was like 3 doors before we got our sale, and I was like, dude, like, I know we're gonna get one, and we're gonna get a contract, because like the door-to-door gods are making us be so patient for this first one that it's gonna be a contract and it's gonna be beautiful. And 3 doors later, we knock a door. Lady answers it. Give her a quote in the backyard. Her husband, look up, anyone right now, look up Harry Benson. Harry Benson. She's like, yeah, my husband's super famous. She's an old person, by the way. And I see him laying on the couch, old guy. I was like, Harry Benson. So we look him up while we're there, sitting with her, and we're like, what? Anyone that doesn't know who Harry Benson is, I didn't know who he was. If you're looking him up right now, you're probably seeing that he's a famous photographer. Was the photographer for multiple presidents, photographer for the Beatles, took like very famous picture of the Beatles. He had a photo Muhammad Ali in there. So like this 96-year-old guy, like Scottish guy, just insane career the guy had. And so we were like, whoa, it's just crazy. Anyways, picture on, $349 initial, $79 a month, $12.97 contract value. It was funny. She was like giving me her card sly, because you could tell her husband like gets mad at her for spending money, and it was awesome. She signed the contract. Everything was good. He was like super old, 96, kind of out of it. But yeah, and then we got a contract, and then we got another one time, and then David pitched one. Definitely could have been a contract, but it's his first ever time pitching a plan. So sold her the one time. We're gonna pitch her the plan after. But it was cool because I told him, I was like, dude, this is how you could have sold that lady a plan. For anyone that wants free value on it, basically the lady was just hesitant about doing a contract, and you just diffuse pressure with the 12-month trial line and say, hey, or she wanted to see our work. No, she wanted to see our work first before she signed the contract. And so David just sold her one time, but I'm like, dude, all you say is, yeah, cool. Yeah, if you don't like our work, we just cancel the contract, no cost to you. So that way you still get it approved, right? And if she's like, oh, I don't want to sign a contract before I see the work. yeah, we just need this approved for the techs to come out. It's just how we do things. If you really hate our work, no worries at all. We'll just cancel you out. Sound good? Cool. And then just go through with it. But David didn't know that, so no big deal. And so he signed that, and then we went to another job, brought Chick-fil-A to the technicians, and he got to meet them, which was super cool. Knocked a couple jobs around there. I'm an idiot. A couple sales reps. They're the ones that sold that job that we went to, where my technicians are at, and I just thought it was from an ad. So we were knocking the surrounding homes, and the lady was like, "There was window cleaners in here yesterday." And I'm like, "Oh, that was probably us." Yeah, I didn't put two and two together. Kind of an idiot. But on our way out, there's a guy that we ended up talking to, and we sold him a deal. It was a one time. Sucks, but yeah. Of kind of what you've heard.
I'd super agree. Yeah, with detailing, that's the biggest thing, is that most detailers are just looking for their next customer. The maintenance plans are not very, like, some of them have some form of maintenance plan, but it's not thought out at all.
Yeah, 100%. I know. Pros and cons to every industry. Cons to it, but it's almost better than window cleaning in the sense where it's more recurring and you can get multiple jobs per customer because you have people have multiple cars. It's like,
yeah, that's the nice thing. The pros would be it's higher average customer value on average, and then the second part is it's a little bit easier to sell just because people are more interested in cleaning cars and cleaning windows. Agreed. The hard part is lower margin because people are willing to pay less, just because the alternative is that, there's express style detailer places that do it for like $50. Yeah. So you're competing with those guys, but like window cleaning is not. Yeah. And the second part is that techs, like getting tech for window cleaning is tough. Austin, holy moly, detailing techs.
Well, is it just why do you think that?
It's they need to learn a lot. There's a big learning curve to detailing.
It's not like windows where you can just see that it's dirty, because people, I feel like, are going to be, at least for me as a consumer, I'm going to be more nitpicky about my detailer than my window cleaner.
But if a tech goes out and learns and they see they're trying to clean the window and they can tell that they're not doing a good job, the window's still dirty.
Yeah.
But with detailing techs, they'll do the job and then they think that it looks good. They'll genuinely believe that they did a good job, and they just don't have the eye for what they need to be looking out for. It's a type of thing that's very difficult.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, pros and cons.
Pros and cons, yeah. 100%.
So yeah.
Damn. That looks really good. All right, fellas, that concludes the night. Just got off a call with the community, then ate beautiful dinner, which you saw, which is insane. And then had a call with my operator going over expenses. Just went over expenses last month, trying to be a little more dialed on the finances. So just trying to track everything as best as possible. And then, yeah, we'll conclude the day here. 6:55 right now. Gonna edit a quick reel and post it, and then that is the work for the day. Usually like to stop work around like 5 or 6, but sometimes the days go longer. Sometimes the days end shorter. Just kind of roll with the punches. Don't really try to stress it too much. I've been really adamant about not trying to put pressure or not trying to be too hard on myself about if there's a day where it allows for me to end work early at 4, spend more time with my girlfriend, or go golf, then I'll do that. Golf has not been fitting into the schedule at all, which is sad, but required. And then sometimes if work needs to be a little later, it's a little later. Sometimes work on Saturday, a little Saturday. Like this week's gonna be busy with the reps. Probably have to work on Saturday, and it's just how she wrote. No complaints necessary. It's all part of the big plan, all part of the big picture. Wouldn't trade this life for any other life. Very fulfilling. Feels like I'm living in my true purpose. I'm not talking about that. Let's all conclude the vlog on that. When you have God in your life, and you pray to God, like one of the things I ask God every single morning is like, give me clarity on my purpose, have my actions, or give me clarity on the actions I need to take that align with my purpose. That's what I say a lot, right? Because when you have God in your life, when he's the forefront, and you put your utmost trust in him, and you also tie that with living in actions that align with your purpose, right? That you feel that God has set out for you, your life becomes so synchronized, is the best way to put it. Like so many things that have happened in my life have just been so like I couldn't ever imagine in my wildest dreams. Like the way things move, the way certain people have came into my life, the way this happened at this time to teach me this lesson for this thing coming up is like, it's just indescribable. It's what I look at and say God is real, like with these things. And it only comes from those two things, right? This only started happening in my life when I put God in my front. I prayed to him. I connected with him every day. I trusted in him with everything I do. And I lived according to what I felt he called me for as my purpose, right? I feel God has called me to inspire others to chase big life. And it starts with being the best version of myself, right? Living into my full potential in every single facet of my life, and then inspiring others to do the same. And using the vehicle of business, window cleaning, door-to-door sales, all those sort of things to accomplish that purpose. And it feels right. Like I can't describe it any other way besides when I go to bed at night, it feels like I'm living the life I should. And I think that's the worst thing you could do as a person, or the thing that would just drive you crazy, is going to bed or waking up and feeling like, damn, I'm not living a life that I feel like I should be living. And if you feel like that, if you're watching this and you feel like that, make the necessary change to change that. Because the last thing you want is you get to your deathbed, the end of your life, and you're sitting there and you're thinking, damn, I lived 70, 80 years in a different body, in a life that I didn't even feel like I wanted. And that's on your deathbed when you can't change it. You can change it. Now, if you're watching this, you're probably a young guy. If you feel like you're not living in accordance to what your true purpose is, change it. It's not easy, but it's doable. The amount of free information out there to help you accomplish that, the amount of free communities, the amount of people out there that are on that same trajectory, not a lot. There's some people and you can find them. It starts with that. That's what I got for you. Again, drop a comment if these vlogs are helpful. Drop a comment if you like these vlogs. Subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.